Hello, I'm Helga Henry, and this is a Creative Shift vlog. And in this vlog, we're going to talk about how to fit in 5 face-to-face meetings every week. So networking guru Julia Hobsbawm, in her Connecting for Success course, talks about the need to try for 5 face-to-face meetings every week. You know, you have your 5 a day fruit and veg. This is your 5 a week. Now, you might look at your diary and just wonder how you're going to do that. So we've come up with some ideas. So the first tip is to look at your diary. Where are you going this week? And could you think of someone who'd be interested to come along? There's often things that we do that we think are routine. A site visit, a product launch, an event that to you is commonplace, but to one of your prospects could be a really exciting thing to do. For example, here at Birmingham Hippodrome, it's really wonderful to sort out a backstage visit, whereas I go backstage every day when I want lunch. What can you invite someone to who would really like to go? My next tip is play the slots. Keith Ferrazzi, in his book Never Eat Alone, talks about the fact that you have a number of slots that you can regularly see people. 5 breakfasts, 5 lunches, 5 tea or coffee breaks if you work 5 days a week. Add in drinks after work, that's 20 slots. Can you find 1 or 2 to meet someone? The next idea is to take a look at your diary and think about your work week. Is there a time when you're less productive, a post-lunch slump or a Friday afternoon? Can you make that a time that you regularly go out and see people or call and contact people? Diarising it is a great way to make sure it gets done. So the next tip is to utilise your business travel. If you're going somewhere for a meeting far away from your base, are there people that you can contact, relationships that you can develop by tagging on a meeting? I was at the Edinburgh Festival a year or so ago for work, and I was able to hook up with some contacts and people I knew from the States. And obviously it was easier for me to do that in Edinburgh than to fly all the way there to go and see them. That said, I think it's really true that the further you travel, the more likely it is that someone will take a meeting with you. So think about how best to maximise any travel that you're already doing. And finally, another way to fit in your 5 a week is to think about some friendly stalking. What I mean by this really is next time you're going to a conference or an event, very often nowadays on the platform that you book, you'll see the other people who are coming. Can you contact them in advance to see if you can meet or have a coffee during the event if it's appropriate or afterwards? The other one people don't think about is if you are going to see a speaker that you really admire or want to cultivate a relationship with, if you're going to a conference where they are, can you see them before or after, or again, as appropriate in a coffee break, and make the most of your time? It's often a really good way to make the acquaintance of a high-level contact who might not take your meeting otherwise. So, what are you waiting for? Take a look at your diary, take a look at your travel plans, and book in that 5 a week. That's all from this Creative Shift vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it useful. If you have, let us know. Thanks for watching. Bye.